we have a Ugandan Human Rights Commission, which is mandated by the Constitution. So having others which are not part of our constitutional system is, first of all, unnecessary, but also diversionary, because some of the people may not know the difference. Instead of going to report to where action can be taken, they go to the UN. What can UN do in Uganda? They don't have the powers of enforcement. The ones who have the powers of enforcement are the Uganda National Human Rights Commission. So why divert attention of complainants with multiple points? Because for the ordinary people, they may not know the difference. The mistake of Western countries, they are the ones who are provoking, because they are really, the English word is insufferable. You can't put up with their nonsense, because nobody concentrates so much on homosexuals. Nobody is hunting them. But because they come and want to force us to say homosexuality, oh yeah, that's how you get now a backlash. They are the ones who are provoking all this.
So as we follow closely the news in Uganda about this same-sex ban, I asked a lot of questions in my previous video about how important this ban is to the people in Uganda, and how important is this ban to their livelihood and their well-being. How important will it be for them in terms of creating new jobs and making sure that people have enough food to eat so that people don't go hungry? How is this ban going to accomplish all that? And many people might find these questions very cynical and stupid. But the reason I was asking this question and the reason I am still talking about this same issue is because there are more important things that lawmakers should be deliberating on. There are more important things that lawmakers should be doing, not talking about issues like this. If you look at the rate of poverty in Uganda, you will wonder why lawmakers will be spending taxpayer dollar to deliberate on same-sex activities. If you look at the rate of hunger and starvation in Uganda, if you look at the poverty, if you look at the infrastructure, you ask yourself, shouldn't they be spending more time trying to fix all these problems that directly affect the lives of ordinary Ugandans? Shouldn't they be talking about how to make sure that people in Uganda can eat enough and can have place to sleep before they will even be thinking of banning anything? Wouldn't they be worrying about how their president, Museveni, has run the country into the ground without any significant progress to show forth for the past 30 years? Wouldn't they be thinking about how to have a term limit for a leader so that we can have someone with fresh ideas to come in and take the country into the right path? You see, I have always said this. We Africans are so good at focusing on the wrong things. We Africans are so good at making sure that we avoid talking about the real problem. We love going around a problem and not really attacking it, but just putting it aside and then looking for something that is of no significance and then start talking about it. if you watch or if you listen to what is being passed as the anti-LGBT law or bill, you will be shocked. People getting huge sentences for stuff that doesn't really affect other people. Now, they also mentioned about human trafficking and the trafficking of minors, which I believe for that, anyone will stand for it. If you make a bill, a general bill for people who are hurting other people, of course, who wouldn't stand for that? But if the bill is geared towards a particular set of people, which means that your whole intention is that only people from that particular group can commit crimes like this, which is totally false. Crimes are being committed by people in every society and every groups. So if you're making a law, make a law for everybody, not singling out a particular set of people and then make a law for them. Now, coming back to what Yoweri Museveni said, yes, same-sex people have always been in Uganda, even though some MPs will dispute this, but it is the fact. They can check it out for themselves. Same-sex people have always been in Uganda. The problem is that they have always been quiet. They have always kept to themselves. They never made anything open. And so no one had time for them. No one went after them. The only problem now is they are speaking out. And remember, whenever you put yourself out there, people will come back at you. People will attack you. There are many, many people who are always going to be against whatever you said. It doesn't matter what you say. And that is why on this show, I have always tried to caution people. I have always mentioned to them that be careful when putting yourself out there. Be careful when saying things. Be careful when putting your personal stuffs out there. Because people will come back at you. And that is exactly what same-sex people in Uganda are now facing. I can remember when I was a child. In my neighborhood, there was this lady who had a wife. You know, there is a tribe in Nigeria where women who are not married to men can get a wife for themselves. I do not know if the relationship was sexual or not, but they had wives. And these wives will go out there and sleep with other men and conceive and bear children for they call them husband, but they were women. So it was really, really normal. And I heard from many people around that area who said that it was a common phenomenon in a tribe in Nigeria, that it wasn't something that people were frowned upon, or it wasn't something that people thought was unnatural. It was something that people didn't even care about. And so was same-sex in Uganda, in Kenya, I think in Rwanda. According to the information I got from Wikipedia, people from those countries had always engaged in same-sex activities, but they never made it a big deal. They never asked for any rights. They just did what they wanted to do, and that was it. And no one was even paying attention to what they were doing. But with social media nowadays, with everyone fighting for their rights, which they should do. If people want to fight for their rights, they should do. Now we have all this backlash. So I will end with this statement from Museveni. If you start asking for rights, people will start hitting back on you. So to you guys out there, what do you think about Museveni's take on this whole same-sex issue in his country, Uganda? Do you think that same-sex people are facing a lot of backlash nowadays as a result of them asking for equal rights or asking for some rights and protection from the states? And if that be the case, doesn't the state have a duty to protect them as citizens? Let us know in the comment section below, because like always, we love hearing what you have to say. And also, please do not forget to like this video, share this video, follow our Facebook page, and most importantly, subscribe to this channel, because little bit of good will, like the one you are doing just now, help us a lot, and we shall forever be grateful to you. So thank you very much for doing just that. And like always, see you in the next one.